Hi guys, it is time to talk the Real Housewives. I'm so excited. It's Thursday and the Real Housewives of Atlanta is premiering on Sunday. That is not very far away. There was a lot of tea going around the Twitter world yesterday. I'm here to talk about it with you guys. There was an Anthony Dominic account that was giving us tea about the women paying for their cast photo and Marla not showing up and her posting a not a cast approved photo. And then I want to talk about Jen Shah and her co-defendant getting a 6-year prison sentence. That's a long time, guys. Also want to talk about some blind item, if you will. It wasn't really a blind item, but it's messages alleging that they know Jackie's sister, Jackie from the Real Housewives of New Jersey. If you don't remember, there was a whole storyline where Jackie wanted to rekindle her friendship with her sister that she hadn't spoken with in 18 years. We actually hear the conversation on the Real Housewives of New Jersey, but we never actually meet the sister. We're coming to find out that that is allegedly all a lie. But before we get started, I want to tell you guys too, Louis has a new video out. Louis from the Real Housewives of New Jersey. There's been another video leaked, but this time it's a very, very, very different Louis than we saw in the originally leaked video. So before we get started, please like my video. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm always trying to give you guys all the tea, and I love corresponding. I love your comments, so please keep commenting, and let's go ahead and get started right away with this Real Housewives of Atlanta tea. So this Anthony Dominic account, I want to tell you guys, it was only up for 6 hours, this post, and it was like 2,500 times retweeted, almost 600 times. And it basically was a thread explaining that these Real Housewives of Atlanta are so in it to win it this season that they paid for their cast photo themselves. Yes, because we know that Bravo does not like to put any money into production, and we know they do not want to pay to update your cast photo. So the women said, listen, we want to have a successful season this year, so we're going to pay out of our pocket for a new cast photo. Now, allegedly, Marla was not able to make the event, even though she knew about it in advance because, of course, they had planned it and paid for it. Allegedly, she had a wardrobe issue. She was able to take a photo later, and they were able to airbrush her into the cast photo. Now, all the women came out and posted their cast photos a couple of days ago, and they all posted the colored peach background because that was the cast-approved photo. Everyone but Marlo. Marlo posted a black and white cast photo, which is just as beautiful as the other one, but you can see that the one with the peach background has been touched up a little bit, okay? But so we know that she did it just out of spite. It's just funny that these women would be paying for their own cast photo when we're just hearing about Nene Leakes suing Bravo Network for all the racism that she allegedly endured on her years at the Real Housewives of Atlanta. So I just think that Bravo, that does not look good for Bravo. That is not a good look that you have a housewife suing you. She was one of the biggest names in the housewife world. And not to mention, now you got these Real Housewives of Atlanta castmates out here paying for their own photos. I just think it's crazy. Let me know what you guys think. Also, we know that Portia and Cynthia will not be on this season. Their taglines did come out today. Let me know who you like the most. I liked Candy's tagline. I thought hers was the best. I think Kenya, she sounded good too. I'm happy for Marlo. But Portia, remember Portia? She is now engaged to Simon. She had the Portia Family Matters. She came out with her own video. It was like a 30-second clip, but there's no like direction as to what's going on. It's just like a film, and it shoots to like the house, and then you see 2 women come out the front door, another 2 women come out the front door, then a single woman come out the front door, and then Portia. And without the comments below saying like this is Portia's wedding party, I would have had no idea that that's what the video was. I really would have had no idea because I've never heard that they've set a date. So if you've heard that Simon and Portia have set a date, please comment below and let me know because I didn't know that. Now, this Louis video that has surfaced, oh my gosh, guys, this is a much different video of Louis, okay? He is calm. It's a minute and a half. He is relaxed, and he's sending, it seems like an enduring, like little love note to, we are alleging and thinking that it's Vanessa, but we don't know for sure. And he says that he loves her, he was thinking of her today, and how thankful he is, and how happy he is with her. And it was a sweet message. He even said, I just want to celebrate you for this minute and, tell you how much I appreciate you. So that came out, okay? Now, meanwhile, we know that we've, seen Vanessa on Dana Wilkie and Sherelle's World, and we're getting little bits and pieces of, the breadcrumbs that she is giving us. But there was also 3 text messages that came out. I think Teresa's camp is getting smart. They woke up and ate their Wheaties this morning. They came out, allegedly these text messages were leaked. It's the conversation between Louis and Vanessa, allegedly regarding her picking up her things from his home. And she wants to come, at like 3:15 that day. He asks her not to. She says, this isn't how that works. He says, listen, you can come tomorrow. No one will be here tomorrow. She replies again and says, no, I'll still be there at 3:15. He replies again and says, listen, my 2 boys are going to be here tonight because, he has 2 sons. One does live with him. The other one does not. The kids are going to be here tonight. Please just come tomorrow. No one will be here tomorrow. Now, he didn't use any derogatory names. He didn't call her any names. He didn't use any profanity. And it seemed like a very reasonable conversation with a very reasonable man. The only thing is, of course, we don't know what happened building up to that, what the dynamic was, because allegedly, Vanessa had said that he bleached her clothes. So maybe that's why she had to go get her things right away, because he had bleached some of her stuff. I don't know. I'm just saying, I read the conversations. I'm going to post them on my Instagram, HW Historian. And it was a he seemed very reasonable, man. It did not seem like a distraught man. It did not seem like an angry man. It did not seem like someone that was going to be abusive or stalkive. Now, what we are learning from all of this information that Vanessa's been giving us about narcissists is that maybe, he's faking it, and maybe he was just maybe that was a narcissist in him at that moment. But the text message definitely show a calm, reasonable Louis, and so does the video that we saw, the 1.5 minutes of him, being enduring and loving and thanking his girlfriend at that time. So let me know what you guys think. Also want to talk about the fact there was these blind items that were going around. They were blind items. It was just a conversation about a woman who claims to know Jackie from the Real Housewives of New Jersey's sister. If you guys remember, that Jackie had a whole storyline, a whole season about her sister and how she wanted to rekindle their, relationship, and they hadn't spoken in 18 years. And we actually hear a whole conversation on the Real Housewives. We actually never get a chance to meet her, but we hear the conversation. Well, I guess that is all a lie. So the woman claiming to know Jackie's sister claims that she said Jackie is a narcissist, that she's not a good person, that the phone call never took place, that they have not spoken, and that Bravo producers approached them and they declined Bravo's offer. Now, why is that important? That's important because we talked about Vanessa moving close to the New Jersey shore, right? Somebody commented, and I appreciate their comment. They said, the Jersey Shore is long. You could live an hour away and still be considered the Jersey Shore. So, okay, I'll take that. Someone said maybe she's going to be on the show. Maybe she is. But if producers went and tried to get Jackie's long-lost sister that she hasn't spoken to in 20 years on the show, don't you think they would have already went to Louis' exes to try to get on the show? Don't you guys think that? I mean, I do. Unless if Teresa says, no, I won't film, I won't be on the show, I'll quit the show. I would think that producers probably would have already been approaching her. That's just my opinion, guys. I don't know what's going to happen, but I think producers have already been approaching her. I think that's why she's moving closer to the Jersey Shore, because that's where they film. Now, I also want to talk about Kim Kardashian, and we're seeing all this information come out about this alleged second sex tape, and it was documented in the Hulu series, and we heard Kanye talk about it, how he took a red eye and got the tape from Reggie and then brought it back to Kim, and how she cried and how she was so thankful. Well, here's the thing, guys. There was not a second sex tape. What everyone doesn't understand is that the sex tape that was released, that was sold allegedly, it wasn't the whole tape, because Chris allegedly set up that whole backroom deal, and she got the final edit on the sex tape, because there was foul things on the sex tape. There was a golden shower, and if you know anything about, I'm sure you can do 1+1. I don't even know. I hope I'm allowed to say that, but that's what was on the tape, okay? And Chris had all of that edited out because she didn't think that would be a very good look. And so this tape that allegedly has surfaced that Kim is saying, like, I don't even know what's on it. When she, in the episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, she says, like, I don't know, like, it could be, he could have stuck a thing up my butt, and if I was asleep, like, she's just, and even Chloe's like, I think you would feel that. Like, she looks kind of like, I don't understand. And nobody seems to understand or remember that there was a lot of things on that sex tape, and we only saw a very, very, very small portion of what Kris Kardashian wanted us to see. So there you have it. She basically told on herself. Now, I've also posted a really interesting clip from her first husband that she eloped with. It was posted originally from the Shade Room, and I found it on Instagram, and it's one of the only times I've seen them. I mean, she's spoken of him once in a while, but it's the only time I've ever seen him speak of her. And he says, Kim said in Keeping Up the Kardashian that she had done a drug that starts with an E twice. And the first time she got married on it, and the second time she made an SX tape, okay? So this is her husband that she eloped with, the record producer that we never met on Keeping Up with the Kardashians because she later divorced him. They weren't married for very long. He said that he didn't know she was on ecstasy, and he doesn't even know if she was on ecstasy. And he did not appreciate the fact that she said that. He said, you don't have to be on drugs to elope with somebody, and you don't have to use drugs as an excuse. And he said, when you see a situation with a certain kind of man, with a certain kind of woman, and she says that she was on drugs, they're going to think that it's because of the dude. And he said, I didn't even know what that was. I didn't have anything to do with drugs. I was young back then too. And he basically, I think, is calling her out as being a liar. Like, no, the F you were not high when we got married. Like, no, you have not done that drug only 2 times in your life. And magically, those 2 times you eloped, and the second time you made a tape that supposedly has haunted you for the last 20 years, but it's also made you billions and billions and billions of dollars. So I appreciated that clip that they shared, and that's on my Instagram page too, because he was very sincere about it, and he was, again, very nice, but basically said, I didn't know she was on drugs. I wasn't on drugs. Why would she be taking ecstasy by herself alone? That doesn't even make any sense. I didn't think it made sense when she said it, but I just wanted to point that out. Okay, lastly, I just want to talk really quickly about Shah and Stuart. It has came out that Stuart has sadly gotten a 6-year prison sentence. 6 years, that's a long, long time to be away from your family and have kids, guys. I really feel bad for him and his wife and their children. Even if the allegations are true, I feel bad for the victims, and I also feel like his wife and children are victims to his decisions as well, just as much as, maybe the victims themselves. So really thinking of them and hoping that things will get better. But I'm going to come out with another video because I do want to talk a little bit more about the whole Shah and Stuart getting 6 years and what that's actually going to mean for Shah. So like I said, please hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss anything that I have coming out, and we will talk soon.